What's up, wonderful world of YouTube? My name's Chris and this is Motivated Living. Today, I'm bringing you a fragrance video. We're going to be talking about Black Phantom Memento Mori by Kilian. One I almost deem as to be my holy grail fragrance. Actually, I kind of do. I'll tell you that little story too. So hang tight, I'll be right back and we're going to talk about this.
Welcome to Motivated Living.
Change is on the horizon.
Welcome back, everybody. Good to see all y'all. Well, I know you're there somewhere. Good to be here with you guys. And I appreciate y'all sticking in with me and y'all checking out this video. All you first timers, welcome to the channel. Everybody else, hey man, thanks for keeping on with the keeping on, you know. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And continue to be appreciative and grateful for each and every one of y'all and your support. Now, in the past, through this tough time that just passed. Moving forward, Kilian, Black Phantom. Start off with the outer presentation. It's an eau de parfum. It was released in 2017. That's just the outer hardware of it. That goes over the skull coffre or whatever you call it, or skull box, I don't know. Some people call it the casket. I'm going to show you that next. Talk a little bit about this before I jump in. I was saying that I consider this to be my holy grail fragrance just because when I first saw it, there was something about the box. Not this box, but the one I'm going to show you. That just spoke to me. And I had never even smelled the fragrance yet. I just had to have it though for the box. Don't know why. I'm a weirdo, I guess. But it spoke to me. And from then on, I was always looking for it, but I could never find it. I could find the fragrance, the juice, but I could never find it with this box I'm gonna show you. With the presentation I was looking for. And my friend Dan, what's up Dan? I'm sure you're watching. Lisa, you better be. He'd always joke with me, all you need is a fragrance, you don't need the box. Like, yeah, I need the box. But it came into my grasp for a time where I thought I could get it. And then one way or another it sold before I could get the funds up, or something happened, or people didn't come through. And I finally found it. I first found the case, or the coffin, and I'm not sure with all the Kilian terminology. This is my first by Kilian that I've had. And then I've had a decant of another. I found this first, without the fragrance. A guy was selling it in one of the fragrance groups, $50. So I bought it, and then like 2 days later, I found the whole shebang. So I ended up sending the box to a friend of mine, which I'm sure you're watching too, who needed the box. So ended up giving it to them for what I have in it. Had in it, whatever, because there was no point in having two. I guess I could have kept two. Dark Lord also comes in this, for you guys who don't know. This has been discontinued, not the fragrance, but this beautiful thing right here. It is a lacquer wooden box, or coffin, lacquer wooden coffre. Bring it in, hopefully y'all can see the detail. Metal hinges. It's got the lacquered skull coming out. It is a lacquer wooden box. Nice detail. It has the tasseled key, which is an actual working key for y'all who don't know. Pops open, hold your fragrance in there. You can lock it up. See, it won't open. Pretty cool little touch. I was fascinated by just this alone, with never even smelling the fragrance. And I knew I had to have it. And I ended up getting a decant from my good friend Jesus. Jesus fragrance. I was like, man, this stuff's really good. Yeah, it looks like a handcuff key almost. And you pop it open, and it holds your refillable flagon. I fell for that box. And thankfully I ended up liking the fragrance too. This has been the old batch and new batch. This is the older batch, from my understanding. They've merged or been bought out by Estee Lauder. Now they have like a gold plaque on the front of the bottle. So I have the OG batch on it, which is a BP 27 or 2Z7047 number. I don't know what the difference is offhand. I know a couple of my friends. I'm sure, Anthony, if you're watching, you can comment the difference or what you might know of that. Because I'm not really an expert at any of these. I just talk about them because I like them. It smells really good. And anyhow, there's the cap. Pretty heavy cap. It's got the K on it. I don't know how well you can be able to see it. I've got the camera back. I've kind of done away with the green screen. For y'all who've been with me a long time will remember this background. Neat little designs on the bottle. It's a 1.7, at least I think it's a 1.7 ounce. Yeah, 1.7 ounce refillable. Stuff smells so doggone good too. I'm saying I get like a alcohol rum note right away. I'll tell you a little bit about the fragrance. I write cliff notes. I don't hide it from you guys. There were times I used a dry erase board. I tell you I was using that too. Like I said, I'm not an expert on these. So I read, I research, I tell you if I like them or if I don't. My opinions, I share them with you just because I have a passion for fragrances. That's it. Just an ordinary guy who likes fragrances. This gets a 4.34 out of 5 on Fragrantica. Sidonie Lanceseur. I may have butchered that name, but that's the nose or the perfumer behind this. And the notes are listed as rum, sugarcane, dark chocolate, coffee, caramel, almond, or cyanide. If you look on the company website, it says cyanide. Now, I'll tell you something cool about that here in a second. Heliotrope and sandalwood. Now, back in maybe like the 4th century or something, way back when, the wild almonds, wild bitter almonds, you couldn't eat them. They were poisonous. And somebody, don't know how they figured this out, but they would put a hole in the trunk of the tree and put like a piece of pine in there, pine branch or something off the pine tree. And that injury to that tree, some reason, shape or form, would stop it from producing the toxin. And so these have been genetically altered almonds, or however you would say it, now to where you can eat them. They're safe. They're no longer producing toxin in the almonds like back in the day. But I did read that you can still find wild bitter ones out there, and they do still produce some poisonous things, cyanide being one of them. That's why the company listed cyanide as the note. My friend Ricky said, Civilized Redneck, check him out too, had said that you're probably talking about the almond. So I read up on it a little bit, and but it said, now the wild bitter ones, 50 or fewer, talking about today, modern day, if you can find wild bitter almonds, could potentially kill an adult, and just a handful contain enough cyanide to be lethal to a child. Fun fact, right? This stuff smells so good. Right away, I get a coffee rum mix, like right away to me. A little bit of the dark chocolate. It's very well blended. It is a bit loud. This thing is a powerhouse fragrance. It lasts all day. I'm gonna probably say you're better off wearing it in the cooler weather. Me, if I like it and I want to wear it, if I'm feeling the vibe, it could be 90 degrees. I'm gonna spray it on. I'm just probably gonna go a lot lighter, but it's very heavy and very powerful. It lasts and lasts and lasts on my skin, and that is a very big plus, because a lot of fragrances where people are getting 8 hours, I'm getting like 3 and 4. You know, there's often a joke where somebody's like, well, I get 3 out of it, so you're probably going to get 20 minutes. It's true. A lot of times I don't really detect them on my skin unless I'm like right here. I don't really get them from here like I like to. So I respray often, quite often actually. Typically I'll respray even if I can still detect it, probably in about 3 hours. Anyway, this is one I'm not touching a bottle again for at least 6 hours, and I can still smell it. But I'm weird and I like the opening, because a lot of times in the opening I can smell other parts of the pyramid or triangle, you know, the heart, or I might even smell my base notes in the opening sometimes. Well, I got a weird nose. but I like the loudness of the opening and the majority of the fragrances. So that's really about it on this guy. Retail is $295 if you can find them. I know with this, forget about it. That's like, I don't know, I felt like Indiana Jones looking for them stones. They do have the bottle available if you can even find it still, because I know a lot of places were sold out too, where, like, again, it has the gold plaque on the front. It doesn't have, it has just a regular box. I don't even think it has this. I think it's just the bottle. And they're, I believe, $195 or $245 maybe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't do my homework on that. But I know retail this goes for $295. When this was first out, I didn't pay that for it. I bought it off a guy in the fragrance group, and it was pretty much full when I had bought it. Now it's down here because I've been enjoying the mess out of it. Look in them fragrance groups. I stumbled upon the guy. Sometimes you can, there's Kilian fragrance groups if you look on Facebook. That's really all I got on it. I'll drop some links to some groups I'm involved in, active in, great groups. I'll drop some links to any of the channels I mentioned. They'll be down in the, not the comments, but the description. And a discounter who's a legend in the fragrance community, especially if you're active in Facebook, you'll know him. But my good friend Kaushik, he has Venba fragrance. Some of the best prices out there, 100% legit, ships really fast, A1 service. I'll put a link in there. You can click on it, go check out his inventory, and maybe find yourself a new fragrance, or 2 or 3, however you get out. But either way, thank you so much for checking this out. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come hang with me in my OG setting. And this is a fragrance also, when I was going through my other stuff, there were 2 fragrances I wore a lot. It was this one, was kind of my, I don't want to say my morning fragrance. Like, I was in mourning. You'll see from some of the older videos, about previous video. And I don't know, just something about the skull drew me in. It's dark. It wasn't very comforting. I just reached for it, honestly, because of that. But I like it, so it did cheer me up. But there wasn't much that was cheer me up that time. And I wore a lot of the Zahara Signature Pour Homme, which was very uplifting, comforting, great fragrance. I'll talk about that again in another upcoming video. That's all I got. So I look forward to seeing you again next time. Thanks for hanging out. If you're familiar with this, or if you want to add anything that I may have missed, please, by all means, feel free down in the comments. If you smelled it, tell me what you think of it. If you have other Kilians that you love more, tell me, tell the viewers, let us know. And until next time, be blessed, be safe, take care of yourselves. See you soon. Peace.